The Zephyrian palace trembled with another of Prince Kyle's episodes. Crystal chandeliers swayed as his telepathic screams echoed through the corridors, shattering delicate ornaments and sending servants fleeing in terror. Emperor Vorthak paced. His throne room, his 6 arms ringing in desperation as another caretaker quit, the 47th this cycle. "Your Majesty," his aide whispered, antennae twitching nervously. "Perhaps we should consider the human's application again." Vorthak's crimson eyes flared. "A human? Caring for the heir to the Zephyrian throne? The species barely evolved past their primitive planet." "She's the only one left who hasn't withdrawn her application, sire." In the servant quarters, Maya Chen sat quietly reading a datapad about Zephyrian physiology. The other applicants, Altarians with their renowned patience, Centaurians with their healing touch, even Etherians with their calming auras, had all fled after witnessing Prince Kale's condition. But Maya remained, her dark eyes studying the prince's behavioral patterns with scientific curiosity rather than fear. She was unremarkable by galactic standards. No telepathic abilities, no natural armor, no enhanced longevity. Just a human who had traveled the stars doing what her species seemed uniquely suited for, caring for others regardless of the odds. The palace shuddered again. This time, the prince's distress was so intense that several windows cracked. Maya stood, smoothing her simple uniform, and walked toward the restricted wing where Prince Kyle was kept isolated. "Stop!" A guard blocked her path, his weapon drawn. "No one enters without the Emperor's permission." "Then get it," Maya said calmly, "because that child is in pain, and I'm going to help him." Something in her tone, not commanding but absolutely certain, made the guard hesitate. He spoke into his communicator, and within moments Emperor Vorthak himself appeared, his massive form filling the corridor. "You're the human," he growled, studying her with 6 eyes. "Do you understand what my son is? His mind burns with power he cannot control. His touch can kill. He has never known gentleness because gentleness cannot survive in his presence." Maya looked up at the towering alien emperor without flinching. "Your Majesty, may I ask how many specialists have tried to help him?" "Hundreds. The finest minds in the galaxy. And how many have tried to understand him not as a problem to be fixed, but as a child to be loved?" Vorthak's eyes narrowed dangerously. "You dare suggest we don't love our son?" "I suggest you fear him more than you love him," Maya replied, quietly. "And children always know the difference." The Emperor's rage built like a solar storm, but before he could respond, another psychic scream tore through the palace. This time, the prince's anguish was so pure, so heartbreaking, that even Vorthak staggered. Maya stepped forward. "Please, let me try." Against every instinct, every protocol, every advisor's counsel, the Emperor stepped aside. Maya found Prince Kale in a reinforced chamber, curled in the corner like a wounded animal. He was smaller than she'd expected, barely adolescent by Zephyrian standards, his lavender skin mottled with stress patterns. Energy crackled around him in chaotic waves, scorching the walls. She sat down across the room, far enough to avoid. His power's reach, close enough for him to sense her presence. She didn't speak, didn't move. She simply sat with him in his pain. Hours passed. The prince's energy gradually calmed from violent storms to gentle ripples. His breathing steadied. For the first time in cycles, the palace fell silent. "Why aren't you afraid?" His voice whispered directly into her mind, young and broken. Maya smiled softly. "Because I've worked with children like you before. On my world, we call your condition autism. You're not broken, Prince Kyle. Your mind just works differently. But I hurt people. I can't control it. Control comes with understanding. And understanding comes with acceptance. She shifted slightly, careful to maintain distance. Would you like me to tell you about my little brother? He was like you in some ways? The prince's energy field fluctuated with curiosity rather than distress. Maya began to speak, her voice low and soothing, telling stories of Earth children who saw patterns others missed, who felt the world more intensely, who needed different kinds of understanding. Days turned to weeks. Maya established routines, predictable, calming rituals that helped the prince navigate his overwhelming sensory world. She taught him breathing techniques humans use to manage anxiety. She showed him how to recognize his emotional triggers before they exploded into psychic storms. Most importantly, she taught him that being different wasn't being wrong. The other caregivers tried to suppress your abilities, she explained one day as they practiced meditation together, but your power isn't the problem. It's beautiful. We just need to help you channel it. Under her patient guidance, Prince Kael learned to transform his chaotic energy into something magnificent. His telepathic abilities, once random and destructive, became precise and controlled. His hypersensitivity to emotion, previously overwhelming, allowed him to sense the needs of others with startling accuracy. The breakthrough came 3 months later. Maya was teaching the prince about human music, something that seemed to resonate with his pattern-seeking mind when he suddenly reached out. Not with his powers, but with his hand. Maya, he whispered aloud, his first spoken words in years. May I touch your hand? She extended her palm, and for the first time in his life, Prince Kael made gentle physical contact with another being. His powers, perfectly controlled now, hummed softly around them like a protective melody rather than a destructive storm. Emperor Vorthok, who had been secretly observing, felt his 6 hearts break and heal simultaneously. His son, his beautiful, brilliant, different son, was finally at peace. How? The Emperor asked Maya later, his voice thick with emotion. Maya smiled, watching through the window as Prince Kael practiced his controlled abilities in the garden, his movements graceful and purposeful. We humans have a saying, Your Majesty. Different, not less. Your son was never broken. He just needed someone to meet him where he was, instead of trying to force him to be somewhere else. The prince looked up and waved at them both, his energy field shimmering with contentment. For the first time in his young life, he looked truly happy. Perhaps, the Emperor mused, there is more to humanity than we assumed. Maya nodded, her heart full. We may not be the strongest or the smartest species in the galaxy, Your Majesty, but we've had lots of practice at loving the unloved.